Since its invention in 1826, the gas stove has quite literally been responsible for the deaths of 2 or 3 people. Many people have been lucky enough to escape near death. Meet Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who describes her harrowing experience.
As for myself, I had a pretty traumatizing event happen to me. And I do not know if I can even disclose the full details of that event due to security concerns, but I can tell you that I had a very close encounter where I thought I was going to die.
Oh God. I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do.
You know, at the end of your life, and all of these thoughts come rushing to you. And I thought I did not know if I was going to make it to the end of that day alive.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. I've got a great topic for you. You may have seen some of the stories going on around gas ovens or gas stoves and like having a ban on them. Why? Because Democrats do nothing but waste time and money. I don't understand. Boy, wait till they get to, with some of these Democrats like AOC come out to the Midwest and see all those evil grills on everybody's backyards that are running off LP. But one of the weirdest takes of like going after and trying to ban gas ovens that I've ever seen has thankfully led to one of the best self-owns of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's career. And today we're going to discuss that. By the way, big sale going on at coffeebrandcoffee.com. This is my coffee company. We have a dozen different teas. We've got 4 different cocos available. We've got all this, by the way, roasted fresh to order. We've got some deep discounts on some of our holiday blends. Get them once they're gone, they're gone. So if you wanted the eggnog or the white chocolate cranberry, the peppermint mocha, get them before they're gone. We are, our fall flavors just sold out. We've got our cold brew bags, which sell like crazy hotcakes. Our blueberry cobbler, our dark roast, and our light roast, all very popular. Promo code The Quartering will save you money, and it'll support the channel, and you'll get something for it. So I hope you'll give us a try today. If not, check out the reviews. We now have over 3,000 5-star reviews. So I hope that you'll check it out. Now, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez shares what is one of the best hot takes of her bright young career. Did you know that ongoing exposure to NO2 gas from gas stoves is linked to reduced cognitive performance? You see, Democrats are literally insane. This is even more hilarious than like the cow farts thing. Like, first of all, where the hell? Oh, pardon my French. Sorry. I just get so angry at stupidity. How do they think the electricity is generated to run these electric stoves? It's literally the same argument of people who drive electric cars. Well, it's really an argument that's forced on electric car owners. For example, I own a Tesla, right? I never bought it to save the planet. I don't know a single person on earth that told me they bought their Tesla to save the planet. But every person who doesn't own a Tesla always says, well, you're not saving the planet with that. Yeah, no, I bought it because it was the fastest production car on the planet, not because it was saving trees, bro. And every Tesla owner that I know couldn't care, did not, saving the environment never factored in. You talk to any woman in the Midwest who has to deal with winter, and you tell them, hey, guess what? You never have to stop at a gas station again. Or any woman, for example, hey, you never have to stop at a gas station at night alone anymore. Anyway, sorry. It's so funny. Like, they're not saving the planet, bro. Yeah, I know. Same thing with electric ovens, right? The way they're handling it in New York City isn't to force people to switch what they already have. Folks can keep their appliances, and new buildings in New York City will have gas-free stoves. As for federally, any proposal from the CPSC will go through quite a lengthy review process. And you see Brandon Morse, what company is paying you to say that? Mostly peaceful memes. Thanks, but I don't take health advice from people who believe destroying children is healthcare. And by the way, the best part is, guys, she may have a point. She claims it caused brain damage and she herself has a gas oven. And that's one of the most hilarious parts about this. All these idiots pushing against gas stoves all use, you guessed it, gas stoves. Here's Pocahontas with her gas stove. Here's AOC with her gas stove. Here's Dr. Jill Biden with her gas stove. She's apparently cooking lettuce on her oven. That's normal. And then Kamala Harris also using a gas stove. Right? It's so funny to me that like that. I mean, okay, let's get to the stories. New York Congresswoman and environmentalist Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez took heat on Twitter after she mocked Representative Ronnie Jackson for tweeting that he would never give up his gas stove on Monday. The exchange, of course, went viral, with Ocasio-Cortez post racking up more than 73,000 likes on Twitter. Did you know that ongoing exposure to NO2 from gas stoves is linked to reduced cognitive performance? So she's basically trying to say like, oh, using gas stoves make you stupid, but she also uses a gas stove. Jackson said he would rather die than give up his gas stove. The commissioner for the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission told Bloomberg News that the agency is considering a ban on gas stoves, reportedly out of concern for the environment and people's personal health. Actors, politicians, and conservative activists made fun of Ocasio-Cortez for the exchange, asking the congresswoman how many gas stoves she owned and joking that her proposal was a direct attack on chefs like Gordon Ramsay. But Ocasio-Cortez argued that the proposal to ban gas stoves was a perfectly reasonable one. This is what she does in Congress, right? This is how she spends her time, pushing ridiculous things that will never pass. And like, you know, once her looks fade, like, that's it. Look back at all the legislation. Name a single piece of legislation that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has passed. Written and passed. I'm guessing that number 0. Democrats are literally insane. Actor Nicholas Turturro wrote, he also joked that gas stoves was one of the many inventions that will be banned by the Biden administration. Dems will be banning the wheel next. Is this an attack on Gordon Ramsay? Republican congressional candidate Max Avery tweeted, how many gas stoves do you have? Actor Matthew Marsden said. Multiple users posted pictures of First Lady Jill Biden cooking spinach with a gas stove indoors. Freedom Speaks Up CEO Seth Weathers tweeted that Ocasio-Cortez might do well to check her own cognitive ability after using gas stoves. Is that what happened to you? Virginia State Delegate Nick Freitas argued that cooking in the home was an important requirement of freedom. Did you know that it's a lot harder for the government to arbitrarily cut off your access to power if you're using gas as opposed to electric? Or is that the actual point? You know, we saw this in over the summer, right, in Denver. I think it was definitely in Colorado, where people had signed up to these like premium power programs or whatever, probably never read the fine print, but then the power company was actually locking them out of their own thermostats to save energy. So they were being told by the power company that they could not run their air conditioning. I suspect the same would be true for heat during the winter. Some say, and I think there's some merit to it, that that's exactly what some government officials would want. You see AOC dragged for claiming gas stoves are linked to brain damage. The Congresswoman's attempted clapback backfired as detractors, many politicians and conservative activists were quick to pile on. Interesting. I didn't know everything in the White House ran off gas, cracked South Carolina State Representative Matthew Lieber. And I think it's funny you see here, quote the Raven, pointing to, I'm certain you're right. Here's AOC using a gas stove. Here's Kamala Harris using a gas stove. This is a problem you actually find serious? Asked the Libertarian Party of Illinois' Twitter account, April Fools in January. Crazy. Just like what's ongoing exposure to Washington is linked to reduced cognitive performance, which you demonstrate daily, sniped National Libertarian Party's account. What's sad about this is, though, that there's some level of truth here that is concerning to me. There's some level of like, why do they want to get rid of gas ovens. You know, I don't know how, you know, a lot of times everyone says how something's super free. It turns out it's really not. Like, I run my whole house on LP. You know, like almost all of it anyway. And I have 2 gigantic LP tanks. But like once those run out, I still need a business to come fill that. So it's not like, you know, it would be hard for them to shut off at least the heat and you know, and you know, I have a gas generator too, so I could still run my business off LP. I don't know how efficient that would be, but I could. If they shut off my power, I can generate my own with LP. Now, I don't know how difficult it is for the government to turn that off versus turning off electricity. I suspect the right phone call in either scenario is pretty easy. But it's actually, you know, once the jokes, putting the jokes aside, it's actually pretty scary that this is what our government is worried about. You know, a ridiculous, you know, it's part of Democrats' war on fossil fuels. It has nothing to do with health. That's just what they're using to scare you into obedience. Look up the New York Post article on September 14th. Study finds gas stoves caused asthma. Coincidentally, months later, Biden comes out proposing a ban on gas stoves. Give me an alternative that is better than little kids in lithium mines and cobalt mines, and then we'll talk. Until you can do that, until you can offer an actual alternative, that's one of the crazy things about these, you know, fossil fuel attacks. Like, look, I agree, we're not getting any more of it. So we need to have other alternatives, other options, right? You can't just ban something with no replacement. That's how you get $7 a gallon gas, right? But they don't really care about that. They just care about the headlines. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. We'll talk to you again real soon.